first of all, I would like to thank you to give me this opportunity. It is always nice to be able to share what my experience was, and I am hopeful if there are some good key takeaways that people can take from this, it will be really. I'm really glad to be here. So I actually, unlike many of the people who would be there in your batch, I actually quit my job last year in December, and when I took your course, I was in it 100%. So I wanted to quickly
Okay.
complete it and genuinely complete it with all the fundamentals and all the theory managed in inside 2 months, 2-3 months.
Mhm.
So first of all, like the way you teach and the firstly your classes were recommended to me by a friend, and I was sold when I first came to your website itself. The kind of focus you have given to creating 99 percentile students, it just
Mhm.
caught me, and that is what made me like enroll
Mhm.
without looking at anything else. And over the journey, I have realized that the kind of focus that you have provided on fundamentals for things, it is really important. So whether be it quant or verbal, like apart from the octave and prime and all of the tricks which are definitely helpful in solving the questions, the focus on fundamentals in all of your
Mhm.
study materials that you have given really helped me a lot.
Mhm.
So the way you solve verbal questions, which means RC, SC, and CR, I always used to picture what is the way you would solve a problem whenever I am giving the exam.
Mhm.
So going through that fundamentals again and again, I think I have read the fundamentals, the PDFs which you have given for all the three SC, RC, and CR multiple times, and I've watched your videos also 2-3 times minimum, I think.
Okay, okay. So, what was your prep like, and did you face any challenges while preparing, or on the exam day? Were there any surprises for you? Just tell us.
Yeah, yeah. So while preparing also, I don't think my accuracy was as much as I wanted it to be from the start. So considering that I was doing well in the practice sessions that you take, but my still when I did it on a time constraint, my accuracy was not that good. And I was
Mhm.
kind of stuck 1.5 months into it, that whatever I was doing wasn't really working, and all of which I was trying, it wasn't really improving my accuracy. So that was the point of time when I made a conscious decision to go back to the theory again, try out different ways of actually looking at the problem. And
Mhm.
that is the one thing which I think, if anyone has to take away, the one thing which Sandeep sir says a lot, which is never be fixated on the answer when you're solving anything. So that is one thing which I think I changed midway, because before that I used to just get an answer, and I used to try to defend that answer as much as possible, because it the beauty of it is you can give some logic and convince yourself that you are right and the answer is wrong, but it doesn't work that way. So this is what I changed. After that, I used to solve
That means depth.
theoretically.
Depth is important, right? Basic
Yes,
idea is just
correct.
depth of learning is important. Yes, it's great. And yeah.
And regarding the exam, so the exam actually, I won't say it was easy, but it was not that tough also. So all of the questions which I solved from the 700 to 800 workbook that you have given, it
Mhm.
was more or less in the same category. So I didn't feel any question was extremely tough also, but I don't think the exam overall was easy also.
So obviously, I mean, when you're scoring 760, it won't be easy. That's the reason. When your score tells you that you were getting questions in the highest range only because
Yeah.
you're there. And what was your toughest section when you were preparing? Like in verbal, what was the toughest part? I know quant would not have been as difficult for you, but obviously in verbal, what was like, was RC the most difficult, SC or CR? Please tell me.
Um, yeah, I would say to begin with, RC and CR was a little bit uncomfortable, because I wasn't used to reading as much in a verbal paper as you have to in that 1 hour,
Mhm.
right? So, first of all, RC and CR, they got improved with practice. So, I practiced a lot. I used to practice 8-9 passages every day, like you have
Mhm.
mentioned in the
Mhm.
video
Absolutely.
lectures. So I used to do that, and just one of these days I used to solve 16 passages, or just like minimum was 8. I used to stretch it as much as possible. So by the time I had solved like 100 passages, So by that time, RC was pretty much good for me, and so was CR after a lot of practice. SC was something where the accuracy was really difficult for me, and for that I just have read the fundamentals and the basics PDF that you have given like so many times I can't even remember.
Yeah, people tell me up to 15 times because it has to go into your subconscious. It has to start coming. And obviously, one or two questions are anyway, even then, unpredictable. But mostly, it's at least the confidence that you have, it starts being a bit sorted, I think.
Yes,
So,
confidence is a good thing that you mentioned. I would like to mention this also. Like if you start becoming confident about things while still maintaining the fact that you're not fixated on your answers, then it really starts getting better.
yeah, and you did go through the Know the World series also, I was told by
Yes,
you
yes,
only,
yes.
right? Right. So, how was that experience? Because they, obviously people are starting the batch today, so they wouldn't know. So, how was the experience of going through the Know the World videos this time?
Yeah, apart from preparing for GMAT, which was one, Know the World series has been a game changer for me at least. So, like as I speak this, I have written it in my schedule to at least watch all of the videos once again. I've already watched them once when I was preparing. So, but now that it is done, it is still, I think everyone has to watch it at least a couple of times to get from it whatever you have provided. So the information is very rare and it is very well structured. So it was really a game changer for me. It has changed the way I'm thinking about things.
All right, great. Any particular piece of advice you'll give to someone who's just starting out, and then we'll wrap it up from your side. Yes, please tell.
Yeah. So the one thing which I already told was to be open to changes in how you approach a question mentally is what I think made a difference with me. So first of all, be confident. But second of all, whenever Sandeep sir is teaching, just look at how he is solving the problem. Like how does he approach the problem and how he looks at anything which is given to him in the verbal section specifically. Because I mean, the way he goes about things is very logical and very structured. So if you go by that, it's pretty sure. I'm pretty sure with
It
practice
will come.
you'll get
Eventually, it will come to you. That is what you're trying to say. That it
yes.
will come to you
Just so
eventually.
follow it and it will come to you.